What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and welcome back to episode 14 of my Sunday Q&A, which is once again being posted on Monday for no reason other than the fact that yesterday was Easter. Number good, Matt, happy Zampa Jesus Day. But also those of you guys out there that don't celebrate the holiday, I do want to hope you guys had a good Sunday yesterday, because I personally don't celebrate the holiday. But I felt that it was a perfect excuse to upload the last episode of Tales from the Borderlands. Let that sit out there for those of you guys that did miss that series. You want to go ahead and watch all 3 episodes and let that happen. I also relaunched my MAK t-shirt campaign. For those of you guys that wanted a MAK shirt or hoodie, you now have the chance to do so once again. And my girlfriend went to her family's house yesterday, which I've been with my girlfriend for 8 years now. I have not once attended a family function. Get on my level, motherfuckers! But that gave me a nice, quiet house. Nobody here. Neighbors were gone. Both sides of my house, the neighbors were gone. And it was nice and peaceful. I wanted to get some shit done. And honestly, I felt like it was a great day to hang out, get some shit done, relax, and enjoy the weather. So that's exactly what I did. And I gotta tell you, it felt fantastic, motherfucker-rific. But before we get into the actual questions this week, I do want to say that a lot of the questions being left are actual questions that you guys need advice to for your own lives, and aren't actually questions about me or my channel. So what I was thinking about doing is taking some of those questions and spinning them off into a new series based on those questions called Super Good Advice with MAK. kind of like a little bit of a play on last week, where people came to my channel and like, MAK, you told people to hit kids in the face with a chair. That was only a last resort, man. I didn't say, like, if somebody calls you a fucking homo, to smash them in the face with a fucking chair. But if you're feeling like that you gotta go to school and shoot somebody or jump out a window, yeah, smash somebody in the fucking face with a chair. It's called a cry for help, motherfuckers. So I'm not telling people just walk into school and be like, pow! It's prison life, bitch. Anybody else want some? No, motherfucker. So a lot of you guys came to my channel last week, you're like, that's super good advice, MAK. Real good advice. You're fucking awesome with that real good advice being a sarcasm. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Since you guys are asking me questions about your life, I thought it would be an interesting spin on the Q&A series, which, you know, the Q&A is questions about me, and then Super Good Advice would be where I'll be able to learn more about you guys and your daily lives, and I can give you a little bit of opinions on things that are happening in your lives. I think that might be a good way that we can all come together. Come together right now. You thought I was going to make a semen joke, not a Beatles joke, did you? Yeah. Seriously, though. I thought that might be fun for everybody. So let me know in the comment section down below if you like that idea. And leave me a question for next week's Q&A. But with that said, we got some time. We got some questions. How about we get on with the going on? Shall we? That seems like a good idea. So, the first question comes from Carlisle Sims, who wants to know, MAK, what are your thoughts about the universe and space? Do you believe in aliens? What are my thoughts about the universe and space? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about space and the universe is honestly just wonder and astonishment. I'm very into the entire mystery of the universe. I spend a lot of time reading up on shit like this, and, you know, just wondering, you know, how big it is. Will it rapidly expand forever? What's out there? Will we ever go out there and find out? And then the sad question that always pops inside my head is, you'll never find out the answer to these questions in your lifetime, asshole. So stop asking them. And it's kind of like, if you remember back from like the first Fast and the Furious, there's a scene where Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, they all just got done doing their, we're gonna make a montage. they're all building the Supra, like, you know, they laid out all the parts in front of the Supra, because, you know, that's what mechanics do. When we put together a car, we lay together all the pieces together so we can make a swooping pan and camera angle for a montage. But after they get done doing their montage, they take the Supra for a ride. They're out there, blah, 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 taking a nice little fucking, I guess that's a coastline ride out in California. And then they stop at a red light. And there's a guy next to him in a Ferrari. And Paul Walker goes over and goes, what's the retail of one of those things? And the guy just looks over at him. He's like, more than you can afford, asshole. Ferrari. And he revs the engine. I feel like that asshole in the Ferrari is the universe talking to me when I wonder what's out there. And I'm like, what's out there? And he's like, you'll never find out in your lifetime, asshole. And I'm like, oh. But, you know, sometimes I sit on my porch in the early mornings, and you can see the clouds moving fast in the early morning, because that's how the East Coast works. Those of you guys on the West Coast, you don't understand this, because I lived on the West Coast, and I tried telling people about this. On the East Coast, we have what's called overcast in the morning. It doesn't matter if it's summer, it happens all year long. The sun doesn't come out in the East Coast until like noon. 11 in the morning, which means that there's clouds all over the place in the morning on the East Coast. And you don't get that on the West Coast because of the moisture and the humidity on the East Coast. That's what causes all the clouds, and the fucking weather is going on up there, and shit's happening. There's shit happening above your head. But you can see the clouds are moving the fastest in the morning, and I like to sit out there before I go to bed. Usually I hit the bed around like 6 in the morning. I wake up around noon. But you can look up and you can watch the clouds move. And if you focus your eyes long enough, it's almost like watching the rotation of the Earth, because you can almost see a gradual arc of how it's moving across the sky. And it's sort of like one of those, like, you know, you look at it, you're like, oh, I see. Oh, it's the magic. It's a sailboat. It's not a sailboat. It's a scuba. A fucking sailboat anyway. It's a fucking schooner. I love Mallrats. That was a great underrated movie. But when I see that, and I think to myself, I'm like, man, I'm on a big ball of dirt that's just tearing ass fast as fuck throughout the universe. Literally just whipping our asses through space like Indiana. Whoosh! Motherfucking Jones. But, you know, when it comes to the questions of aliens and life outside of Earth, I don't think there's any doubt or any question at all. Of course there's aliens out there. And the reason I say of course is, well, even if we find a tiny one-cell organism on another planet, in my opinion, that would constitute as alien life. There's gotta be plant life out there, vegetation somewhere throughout the universe. Are you telling me that this is the only planet where vegetation and life has actually happened? No. That, in my opinion, could be considered alien life. But the question of whether or not we're an anomaly in the system, or if there's any other intelligent life out there, I'm gonna have to bet with the house on this one and say that the universe is so big and there are so many planets out there that we can't even comprehend that number. Now, I find it an eventuality that there's at least one other intelligent civilization in the universe. It's almost mathematically impossible with the amount of planets that are out there that we're the only ones alive. And if that's true, if we are the only sentient creatures in the universe, this one and only planet, Blue Earth, inside of our Milky Way galaxy, then that's something that humans do not need to find out about. Because we already think we're fucking special, like we're some gift to the goddamn universe, and the last thing that we need is some scientific validation that we are unique in this motherfucking universe. So, let's go ahead and move on to the next question from Cliffside Gaming. He says, MAK, do you think YouTube has changed you? Fair enough, fair enough. Most definitely, for sure. Faux show. I'm hitting that faux show. I think everything we do and everyone we meet in life will have some sort of impact on you. Regardless of how insignificant of an iota that it may be, it's still an impact of change in your life. But when you talk about something that has changed the entire scope of my daily activities like YouTube has, it's hard to say that it doesn't change you or have any effect on you. But that doesn't mean that the change has to be a negative one, though. Like, while I find myself more willing to be open and carefree on my YouTube channel these days, having that outlet for some of the excess energy and dumb shit that comes spewing out of my mouth. If you watch my Road to 30, you know that I've said some dumb shit in my life, and you know, I have a little bit of excess energy that might have gotten me in trouble because I didn't know exactly which facets of my life to put this excess energy into. But, you know, now that I have an outlet for that, it means that I can have fun on my channel instead of in real life, which makes my real life a little bit better. Because when I'm reading some of the comments on my channel to some of the things you guys say, I gain a little bit of perception into what people really think about me in real life. Because this is anonymous and open, and this is things that people wouldn't say to me to my face in person because they know they're going to catch a motherfucking uppercut. So when I see some of the comments that you guys leave on my channel, and you're like, oh, MAK, clickety-clack, motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, you know what? In turn, it actually makes me think a bit more about what I say before I say it in real life. Or if I have, like, you know, I want to go into a whole spiel and say something funny, I hold it. Because I'm like, you know what? That'll make a pretty good video. So I pull out my little notepad. I keep a little notepad and a pen, and I write that down. I'm like, and that might make a video. Or sometimes I come back to it later on and I look and it says something like peanuts in shell, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean in my pad? But yeah, like honestly, like most of you guys, you won't see the changes that YouTube has made for me in my life because they're mostly outside of my channel in my real life. It still impacted me in such a way that my life won't be the same for sure. So, even though I'm the same old MAK that's been making vids for 4 motherfucking years now, YouTube's given me a little bit of an insight to help me grow as a person outside of my channel as well on it. So, I have you guys to thank for that. So, thank you very much for stopping me from saying stupid shit in real life, guys. And giving me a venue for me to say stupid shit on the internet. So, the next question is from Cameron Alexander, who asks, MAK, do you think technology is helping the world or only making it worse? Interesting. Alright. That depends on what you consider, quote unquote, the world. Alright? Now, listen to me. Bear with me. If you're asking me if I think technology is good for the earth, then I say yes and no. If you're asking me if technology is good for humankind, then again, you're gonna get the same answer, yes and no. Now, it's the same answer to both questions, but the in-depth answer to that question is different on both sides. So let's go ahead and explore this for a minute, alright? I believe that technology can give us the answer to clean energy and living. That's a good thing. But I also believe that the technology that we've developed hasn't helped the Earth very much in terms of pollution and the overall well-being for our environment. It's another good point. But the good news is that we've only been polluting the Earth for 100 years. If you look through human history, I mean, we've had swords and boats and shit sank and all that. But that's all wood, it's all iron, it's all steel, it's all natural products. We haven't been making synthetic plastics and shit that doesn't biodegrade for about 100 years now. So I honestly feel like if humans can get over that technological hump and develop reliable, clean, and efficient energy sources that don't pollute the Earth, and we can get away from the technology that we've used the last 100 years to get to the point to where we have that clean technology, then yes, I feel like the 100 years of pollution was worth it. Because if you look at it, 100 years of pollution isn't shit for the Earth. We're talking about millions and millions of years compared to 100 years of technological development and pollution. And let's face it, the Earth has been through much worse for a lot longer. This fucking whole world was covered in ice for like long ass time. You think a couple smokestacks are really gonna fuck up the Earth? I mean, the Earth might fight back and kill all of us, but the Earth is still gonna be here. We ain't fucking with the Earth. The Earth is much bigger than us. But 100 years of pollution is pretty much, it's like in the Earth's lifetime, it's like a piece of dirt happening on your hand. And you're like, oh look, I have dirt on my hand. That's what we are to fucking the Earth. We're just dirt on the hand. And if it really wants to, it could wash us off. It could wash us off. Now, as far as humans and society, I believe that technology has come a far way. It's made our lives faster, easier, and simpler. But with that comes a few problems. Since this technology is making things easier, we have more of a reliance on it from a younger age. Look at kids growing up today. You see all the fucking heathens running around in fucking Walmart, and they're like, Ma, can we get the Lucky Charms? They're like, no, we can't afford it. And he fucking picks up his iPhone and he texts his friend, man, we can't afford Lucky Charms. Bitch, what the fuck you do with a fucking iPhone? But seriously, like kids today, they're growing up, they can't spell. They're terrible at socializing, and they lack basic math skills without a calculator or some type of device doing it for them. So while technology is getting smarter, it's making us dumber, which is funny because you think that with everybody in the world that has a device in their pocket that carries the entire history of human writings, technology, and media. I want you to think about that, alright? Think about the cavemen back in the day who were just scribbling on the walls and trying to remember shit that they done, like spear inside of a deer means food, right? And they had to share this information all over the world with all the cavemen's, you know? And I mean, you know, the world to them was like, you know, their community of cave dwellers. But now, every single human being that has a cell phone in their pocket has the entire teachings of human history at their fucking fingertips. But instead of using that to help people out, to become smarter, we use it to make fun of people who watch cat videos. It's kind of sad. So, yeah, technology is one of the biggest double-edged swords right now in the world because there's literally no way to hide from its effects. But I do believe that the potential upside for technology outweighs the downsides for human civilization. Unless we're talking about the Hadron Super Collider, because honestly, I feel like one day we're going to end up doing something really fucked up and cosmic inside that Super Collider, and it could possibly be the end for our little blueberry in our galaxy. No. Seriously, I don't trust the goddamn Hadron Super Collider one goddamn bit. Can't throw a black hole. No reason to trust it. And the last question is from Esteban Aguilar, and he says, Mac, would you rather be with a hot girl that has an ugly face and sexy body, or a girl with a beautiful face and a nasty body? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up there for a second, man. Alright. This question makes me sad, man. You disappoint me. Wait, what? Man, what the fuck you always talking about fucking hot bitches? What's with the role reversal today, motherfucker? That's true. Talk about fucking hot bitches. Fucking hot bitches is always the end goal of the night if you're looking for a hookup. But this man did not say hookup. This man said, who would you rather be with? And that, in my mind, is a whole different ballgame. So let me explain this for those of you guys that don't have a lot of the experience with the women's. Pretend women are rental. Oh my god! Max objectifying women. He's such a misogynist. Gamergate. Hashtag YOLO. That's right. I objectify the shit out of you because you go to clubs, you dress slutty as fuck, and you're trying to get free drinks all night long for me. Y'all bitches objectify your goddamn selves. But seriously, pretend that women are rental cars for a minute. If you're gonna rent a car, you want to rent a nice car, have your fun, ride it hard as fuck, and you generally treat it worse than you normally would your own car. And that's the hot bitch that you're trying to fuck this weekend. You want to take her home, you want to pop them panties to the side, and plow her like a fucking field. Ooh yeah, nice and deep like. But that's not how you treat a woman that you're with, man. It's not how you treat a woman that you love. And it's the same thing with rental cars. You would never drive your own car the same way that you drive a rental car. And you should never treat the woman that you love the same way that you would treat a one-night stand hookup. And the reason that you get with the woman in the first place is because there's a connection. Now, with the one-night stand, it might be a sexual connection. But if you're gonna be with a woman, there's gonna be a bond. There's gonna be an attraction. She's your woman because she gets you. You see what I'm saying? You see the potential in each other, and you work to try to bring out the best qualities that you both have. Now, the problem with this is that sometimes this happens, guys. I don't want to disappoint you, but you might make a connection with the woman that might not be perfect. Oh my god! I like get with a woman that's not perfect. I can actually guarantee you that the woman you get with won't be perfect, but she'll seem perfect to you. So when you make that connection and you recognize that connection, it won't matter who looks like what, or what job they have, or what clothes they're wearing. All that matters to you is being with them and enjoying your time with them. But there are some people out there that are so overly vain that they will deny these connections and they push their feelings aside because they're afraid of what other people might think because you fell in love with somebody who's not quote-unquote perfect. Or maybe they might not be attractive to everybody else, but they're attractive to you. But those people that are so vain that they push these relationships aside, those people fail to realize that perfect 10s never get married. And you want to know why? Because it's the same thing with TVs, motherfucker. No one takes a display model home until it's past its prime. And you get yourself a little bit of a discount. You take her home on the cheap, just to make room for the next pretty young thing on the display floor. And that's what you'll find, is those bitches out there that kind of put off. They're like, oh my god, I can't be with a guy because he's not hot. Well, guess what? They're gonna be the 40-year-old bitches marrying the bald dude that's fucking ugly as fuck just so they can have a house and an ugly kid with big-ass ears. And I'm not talking about somebody that I actually know. I actually am. So, remember, dude. Fuck bitches and get that money. But don't deny yourself true love, because it might not be perfect. I'll tell you what. You know what the beautiful thing is about love? It never is perfect. It never is. So, my name is Jay. MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it, because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. But also, don't forget to leave a question down below for next week's Q&A. And also, don't forget to tell me if you'd like to see Super Good Advice with MAK, where I actually give you guys advice for your life. Seems like a pretty fun series. One series is about me, and one series is about you. And I feel like that way we cover all bases. We have a little bit of fun. So, like I said, my name's Jay. MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching. Now I'm going to see you guys later.